All right, I'm Esty, you're the Reef, and wait a minute. 1 second. There we go. That's much better. Merry Christmas, fellow shitheads. It's Christmas whenever you're seeing this. It's not Christmas when I'm recording it. This is my 2024 year in review. So, you know, if you're not a fan of the channel, I guess this isn't going to be doing much for you. But I kind of wanted to just go in, talk about 2024, and kind of look back on some of the things that happened this year on the channel and in my personal life, and then we'll go look forward to 2025. And I've got a couple goals that I've got written down here to talk to you guys about. And then anything you guys want to add, you feel free, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If you can't tell, I'm just winging this. As with most things, I don't write scripts. I probably should, but I just want it. I feel like I want things to be as genuine as humanly possible, and I feel like if I write things down in a nice, concise script, you know, I feel like people wouldn't connect with that as much. Like, it wouldn't feel as genuine, you know what I mean? I feel like it has to come from my heart, and that's why I don't really like using scripts. I don't know. So 2024, as it sits right now, there have been 126 of you that have decided to join the Reef over the course of the year, which is just mind-blowing. I don't even think I know 126 people in real life, so that's pretty damn cool to see that. Everybody that joins the channel and like subscribes and watches and likes and shares, you know, I can't stress enough how much that means to me. You know, you're helping me get closer and closer to achieving my dream, and it's genuinely an honor. I am very humbled by it, and can't wait to see how many more we get in 2025. We had some bangers this year, boys. All right, thank goodness you're here. What a series that was. It was genuinely one of my favorite games that I played this year. Very funny, very easy to play. That it flew by. I was genuinely sad whenever that ended. I was also very sad whenever Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 came to a close. That was very fun. I love playing horror games. I think over the last couple years, I've not played as many, so I'm kind of more of a big baby now. I find myself when I'm recording them looking over at OBS to see how long I've been going so that I can stop. You know, so in 2025, we'll get to the goals, but that's something I want to do a little bit less of, is be a scaredy cat, you know, because I know you guys like to see me get scared. Guards also did really well. I was very surprised by that. You know, that was a game that Matt and I saw, and I was like, we got to at least try it, right? I think it could be fun. And it was genuinely a very fun experience. I'm looking to get 2 more of the boys in to try to do that. And we'll talk about this. Like, if you probably noticed, it's just been me a lot recently. We'll talk about that. Because, you know, life just happens. That's all there is to it. And then Placid Plastic Duck Sim, man, that game, we could still go back to it. We never really finished it, as in we never got every single duck. I thought about doing like a stream with Jesse where we just sit down and you guys just get to watch it live. I don't know how wanted that is. So if you want to see Duck Sim as a stream, let me know. If you want to see the series come back, let me know. We will absolutely play it. But those were some of the big ones I looked through my analytics that seemed to captivate you guys a little bit more. So, and genuinely, from a me standpoint, I loved all of these games, so it makes sense that, you know, that happened. I can't obviously forget about Sons of the Forest. I really hate that we played it before the full release. I really would have liked to get in there in the full release, but you know, we're not going back. Don't get your hopes up. Jesse and I are not going back to that. That was such a long series, and I don't think that just because they released the full game, they didn't fix the issues of like walking through caves endlessly. That was probably the biggest thing he and I agreed on was annoying, was just walking around endlessly. You know, the game doesn't really give you much direction when it comes to these points and where you can find certain things. I spent a lot of time just looking up what we had to do because it's just a walking simulator. And so, like, for the future devs, you know, fix that. Like, some people just like to have a direction. You don't have to tell me what to do, just at least point me in the right direction, you know? This year was kind of like the first semi-consistent year that I've had posting videos on the channel. Obviously, the channel started back in 2020 during the pandemic. Back then, I didn't care about scheduling videos and like having a plan. Like right now, I have a tracker. Basically, it's an Excel that has my upload days every week, and I'll plan every weekend what I'm going to be playing for the week, and I'll try to get those videos done and get ahead. You know, back in 2020, I didn't do any of that. I just played Dead by Daylight because that's what I could play, and that's what me and Devin loved to play at the time. And I was just uploading 2-3 videos a day, just sitting in my office, not doing anything, neglecting myself, neglecting relationships, which we'll get into my mental health here shortly. But then in 2021, still kind of the same. I posted, but I didn't really post very much. 2022 was the closest thing to a consistent year that I've had. And then obviously at the end of 22, there was a significant life event that happened for me that caused me to miss the entirety of 2023. So this really felt for me like a bounce back year, you know, like me being able to get back into my groove, find my lane. There are things that I don't like, you know. I feel like I am posting maybe too much, and that's sacrificing my editing, you know. Like, yeah, I'm posting 5 videos a week, but they're not as heavily edited as they were in the past. So I've really been taking a look at maybe shrinking back down the upload days, just so I could put a little bit more care and attention into each video. We'll talk about that when we get to the 2025 goals. But yeah, 2024 really was a bounce back year. I'm very happy with how the channel went. I'm very happy with my life as it stands right now, which we can talk about now. That's a good transition. So I'm not going to bore you with a sob story. My life is hard sometimes. Everybody's life is hard. If you ever feel down, I want to say this first. If you ever feel down or worthless, or that life is you know, not fair, or it's not going your way, just stay strong. Just know that there's people out there that love you and care about you and will help you. For me, it was hard to like reach out to people and say, hey, I'm struggling, can you help? You know, it's like I'm very independent. I want to do things on my own. Taking help from people, not that it felt wrong, it's just like something I never did. And so that was a big thing for me in 24. I was able to, you know, really accept that people love and care about me and actually want to help me with things instead of like just looking at it like a charity, you know. Just get that mindset out. That's a toxic that's a toxic trait to have. You know, people are helping you because they care about you. So accept the help and be thankful for it, because there's people out there that don't have that. They don't have people that would just do anything for them. So appreciate the people in your life who are willing to do something like that for you, especially if you have more than just 1 or 2. But yeah, I struggle with my mental health on an almost daily basis. I'm actually medicated for it. It's a very small dose, but it still helps balance me out a little bit. You know, go see a psychiatrist, go see a therapist, go talk to somebody, talk to a close friend, do anything like that. Take care of your mental health. A lot of the times if I miss an upload day, it's just because I'm not feeling it. And if I'm not feeling it, I don't want to get on camera and just be a slow slouch, you know, who's not talking and is just not energetic, not myself, right? I'm not myself in that moment. So I don't want to put that out there. I just kind of would rather not upload and move on to the next day, which sometimes that happens more than you might think. This year, man, this year was full of ups and downs in my own personal life. Obviously, I started dating Diamond on New Year's Day while we were in New York City. That was a very, very awesome moment. I will cherish that memory forever. Going to New York with her, exploring a city that neither of us have ever been in together. It was very nice. And taking a photo together on top of the Empire State Building, like all that, you know, really helps to give you some good core memories and start the year off on a pretty good foot. Obviously, I lost my job in October. Still looking. I'm going to be starting work on January 6th, I think. That's at least the plan right now. So that is obviously going to improve. You know, obviously my car as well. If you don't know, my car has been out of action since the end of September. I haven't had a car since the end of September. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of my personal life, and it's been a lot of stress and anxiety that thankfully I've had people around me to help deal with, especially Diamond and especially Muffin. You know, without those two, I don't think I would be standing here as cheerful and joyous, you know, and full of Christmas shithead spirit as I am now. So I genuinely want to say that I love both of them, and I'm very thankful to have them in my life. I'm very thankful to have my friends in my life, and I can't wait to see what 2025 holds for all of us. Speaking of 2025, I have a couple of goals that I want to attain, okay? First and foremost, I want to get to 500 members of the Reef, subscribers, 500 subscribers. That's what I'm looking for. That's the goal I'm shooting for next year. I absolutely think I can make it happen. I also want to bring back Sub Friday. If you don't know what Sub Friday is, no, it's not some weird kinky shit. I actually used to play games with subscribers, so people who were subscribed to the channel could join a Discord call with us and play games with us. Me and Matt used to do that all the time. I want to bring that back. I don't know how just yet, so don't get your hopes up too much. It's not going to start like at the beginning of the year, but at some point next year, I do want to bring it back. Maybe I could even get Matt to participate. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. He's got a busy life, so don't get your hopes up on that either. I was just kind of setting him up there. And I also want to stream more. I think streams have taken a big hit this year. Mostly because, like I said, my mental health has been a little bit lower. And if I don't want to get on camera and record a video, I'm definitely not going to want to sit in front of a camera hours on end playing a game and potentially not having the energy that I usually do. Not being myself, right? I never want to not be myself with you guys, right? So anytime I feel like I'm not going to give it my all, I just don't bother. I'll try to make them more consistent, obviously. I set a schedule, but things happen, and don't think that it's because I'm not wanting to or anything like that. It's just I would rather have that be the case than just put something out that I'm not proud of. Every single video that I churn out, I'm proud of it. I'm happy that I was able to play the game and get the experience and then share it with you guys. I never want to put something out that I'm just not feeling, right? Like, I will happily record it over and over again until I get it the way that I think it should be and the way that I'm proud of, if that makes sense. So those are all the goals that I wrote down. Another goal I think I would put down is that I want to play more games with the guys. I kind of hinted at this earlier, but we all have lives and we all have day jobs. I mean, they do right now. I'm going to have a day job again here soon. It's tough to schedule times, and then, especially now some of them are getting married and potentially having kids soon. So it's a lot harder for us to organize to get together to play games because we have a lot more responsibilities in our lives. So if you don't see them as much, it's not because we're not friends anymore, and it's not because we don't talk to each other anymore. It's just we have very busy lives, and it's very hard for us to organize getting together, and being able to play games together. There are a couple, though, that I want to get back into. I know Jesse mentioned Lethal Company to me the other day. I also want to get back into Content Warning. I feel like that game was very fun. We had a lot of fun playing that as well. There's a few, and then there's also a couple new ones that I have on my list that I'm just not playing until I get the guys together, because playing it solo, certain games just don't fit solo. If you have anything that you want to say about the channel, about me, any recommendations for games you want me to play or stream, anything, leave them down in the comments. I will be reading every single one. I always do. I mean, I'm at the point now where I can just sit down and look at comments. I don't get enough for it to just be like overwhelming. So please leave the comments down below. I will happily read them. I'll reply to you. I'll let you know my thoughts as well. Just let me know. I want to hear from you guys. So leave it down there. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, especially. If you're new and you're watching this, you got a whole backlog to catch up on. So get to it. Merry Christmas and any other holiday, happy holidays to anyone else who celebrates anything else. Everybody stay inside, stay warm. Hope you get a lot of cool gifts for Christmas. Hope you get everything you want. And I hope you're happy with family, enjoying the time on this earth that we are given, because sometimes it can feel like, it's not going to get better, but it will. It always does. And as long as I got you guys and everybody else in my life, I'm just going to be fine. Okay? So if you need anything too, I'm an open book. Please feel free to reach out. I will happily talk to anybody, especially if you're going through some trouble. Join my Discord and shoot me a private message. I will happily respond to anyone who feels like they need help, especially if you don't think there's anyone in your life that you can reach out to. I will be that person, happily. Anyone who needs to talk, I'll listen. Okay? Might not give you any great advice, but I will listen, and I will let you know that there is someone in the world who cares about you and how you're feeling. All right, that's it. I'm not going to ramble any longer. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Stay shitheads. I've been Esty. I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, I'm not going to ramble any longer. Thanks for watching. Do the things. I've been Esty. Stay shitheads. I'll see you next year.